years, as a family, they mount this road trip to Scotland.
In 50 metres, turn right.
Right.
Well, it's very difficult because the story doesn't have a beginning, a middle and an end. It's just the goings-on of a family trying to get along.
The water won't be cold, will it, Grandad?
It's only the North Atlantic. Why on earth would it be cold?
Oh, it's freezing!
We wanted to tackle big themes, and particularly we wanted to sort of chart the journey of some small children when confronted with these big themes.
Unfortunately, their marriage is coming to the end of its life, but they decide to present a united front.
I need a list.
A list?
Of the lies we're going to tell.
How's things with you?
Fine.
Brilliant.
Super, more than.
We once went to a thing in Denmark, a sort of seminar thing, and this man got up and he said, I have been looking at the themes in your writing, and they are disease, death, sexual failure, and he went through this depressing list. He said, why do you write about such things? And we just said, because that's life.
It will take you somewhere you really aren't expecting.
They'll laugh. People come out and say they've cried.
It's a joy to watch.
It's all about expectations for me in this film. I was expecting this really funny comedy, or at least upbeat comedy. It's totally not. It's not a jolly holiday. It's about death and divorce and families and relationships and the breakdown of relationships and things like that.
It is. It certainly possibly misrepresents itself, but that's a marketing thing. I mean, it's pretty dark. It's pretty serious about children's relationships to their parents, children's awareness of what's going on in their families. It goes to quite unexpectedly extreme dark places. My issues with it had more to do with sort of the structure and the plotting of it, which I think gets really quite messy. I think there's almost just too much flung at you.
I thought it was a really, really good film. I thought it was funny. I thought it was moving. I thought the performances are fantastic. The kids are amazing. It's got some of the best dialogue I've heard in years. But it could have been a great film. It could have been a little bit like Little Miss Sunshine was, and it doesn't quite get there. And the reason is actually, by contrast with what you guys are saying, I don't think it was dark enough. And I kind of think that they had the great idea, and then they just kind of bottled out of it slightly. I think they didn't want to offend too much, and that's why it felt a wee bit more like TV than cinema to me.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of go with what Sergio said, that had they gone with the characters more, for me it was that you had really great characters, and actually they kept throwing incident in, especially towards the end, where they actually should have just gone with what had happened, gone with the emotions of what had happened. So actually, maybe it is a TV thing, that they're just continually trying to up the little laughs.
And great interplay, I think. I thoroughly enjoyed the Billy Connolly stuff. Whenever he was on screen, it just came alive for me, and there's some terrific interaction with the young kids with him.
It's one of the best performances, I think, from Billy Connolly that I've ever seen. And I think, oddly, the reason is that he's slightly more restrained. I mean, the character that he's playing, he's not well. He's an unwell character. And so he's slightly more muted. But because of that, because there's a little bit of reflection and wisdom in it, when he does come out with that, incredible Billy Connolly humour with the sparks of genius, it makes it so much more rewarding. And I think Billy Connolly playing it down a wee bit is him at his best, because then when it breaks through, wow, you really know. Connolly's brilliant in it. It's a really, really good movie. I just wish it had been that little bit darker.
So, marks out of 5. Hannah?
A lot of potential, goes a bit raggedy, sounds like a few holidays I've had. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Sergio?
Well written, well acted. I think audiences will like it. I'll give it 4.
Yeah, good performances. For me, a nice enough excursion at the movies. 3 stars, just like you say, Hannah. Well, if you fancy a film but don't fancy leaving the sofa, here's a rundown of the coming week's DVD and Blu-ray releases.
First up, it's 3